Hello, everybody, and welcome along to a live match reaction following Leeds United's 2-0 defeat away at Brighton. We're live right now on YouTube and Facebook, so hello and welcome to all those who are joining right now. Make sure to like, share, and get your comments in as well. I'm Ed McIntyre, and joining me is Leeds fan and content creator Scotty Wilson. Scott, I'd ask how you are, but I'd imagine after that you're probably not too happy.
I think if the match meant more, I'd have been a bit more annoyed. I think for me that match was more of a pride thing more than anything. Just wanted to beat Brighton in their own backyard because they done it to us. That was it.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just one of those matches. But overall, I'm not too bad, Edward. How are you?
Yeah, I'm quite well. And I do need to. I do have a bone to pick for you because I've just been watching the Ought to Know Better, and you're on their match reaction. You say that man of the match is Pascal Schuich. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even pick a man of the match from that game. I thought it was overall just a really poor performance from Leeds.
It was lackluster. It was just. I think a lot of times the players just didn't look interested. Truthfully, but again, if you're put in a spot and you're told, if you had to pick a man of match, who would it be? For me today, it would either been Llorente, Meslier, or Struijk. So I went with Struijk. So, but I wouldn't fault him for that goal. As I said to you beforehand, it was reminiscent. That second goal came as a result of a Liam Cooper, Kiko Casilla couple against Derby. Struijk seemed to think Meslier was coming for it. Meslier didn't come for it. Struijk tried to clear it, and it went straight to Danny Welbeck, who was fantastic. And you have to eat. We can't sit and say anything bad about that second goal because at the end of the day, Danny Welbeck done what strikers should do, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic goal. You have to give it to him.
Yeah, you have to take your hats off to Danny Welbeck. I mean, that first touch, to take it around, and beat your defender, and great finish, low hard into the bottom corner. No goalkeeper saving that, and it's no wonder Danny Welbeck used to play, for Manchester United and England because he's got it in him to be a really good striker.
Who in England? I think you said scum wrong there. He's a good one, and you forget he's in the twilight of his career, Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, he is.
I think today we played so poorly. I wouldn't even say we played badly. It was just weird. It almost felt like we were just going through the motions, knowing we've got 4 or 5 games left that don't really amount to anything. We're not getting relegated. We're most likely not getting into Europe, which for me, I don't want us to get to Europe yet. We're not ready. We don't have a big enough squad. We need a better caliber of player. So I hope we don't go into Europe, and that's just me. I'm sure there's lots of Leeds fans that want us to qualify for Europe our first year back, but we're not ready for it.
Yeah.
So we get today and our next 4 that don't really, in the grand scheme of things, they don't really mean anything other than playing
Who's
for the
going
shirt.
to be here next season? Yeah.
No, but that's it. But we're here next season, so obviously the higher up we finish, the more money we get. But I think we are going to comfortably finish. Maybe 8th or 9th or even 10th. We're going to finish the top half of the table.
Yeah. You
can't ask for much more in your first year back after 16 years out.
Yeah, exactly, and I'd agree with you as well. I'm not sure that we're ready for Europe just yet. You look at Wolves, Europe ruined their second season really. So yeah, I think another season, build a good squad together and then maybe push for that. But no, I mean, last week on the match reaction, you said, Scotty, that we would lose today, that Brighton would end our unbeaten run, and I mean, I hate to say it, but you're right.
I don't remember that. I'm not even going to take it back because I've been gradually getting my son into the football. He's been getting into football gradually, and he sat down and watched the match with me today. And he said in half time, I think Leeds are probably going to get beat 2-1 here, and I just glared at him. But he kept thinking, it's great to see sort of someone that's just trying to get into football and going, I think Leeds are going to score here. How have they got all this ball? He couldn't understand how we're sitting with 60% possession and losing a game. And I just explained, well, that's Bielsa ball, son.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see us scoring at all today,
No.
really. You know, I mean, we were poor in all departments, but especially going forward, you know, we're of course without Rafinha again today, who's still got that hip injury. Helder Costa was out too. And we clearly missed those guys going forward. And Calvin Phillips as well out today, which I think surprised everyone. We weren't expecting that. And, you know, we certainly missed all three of those players.
As soon as we realised Calvin was injured, I think that straight away the doomsday bells started ringing. Going, yep. Crap, we're going to get beat again here. Because we don't do well without Calvin. That's what our 9th match under Bielsa without Calvin. And our 7th loss. You know, we've only won 2 matches without him under Bielsa, and one was this season against Aston Villa. But despite Calvin being out, I actually thought Koch done a decent enough job in that space.
Yeah.
But again, I think our problem today was we offered nothing going forward. And
yeah.
I think Bielsa was a massive fault for 2 of our substitutions today.
What substitutions?
Well, Rodrigo won for Bamford for a start, and then Pablo won for Llorente. You know, as soon as Llorente came off, they scored again. You know, so is Llorente the new gel holding our defensive line together? Because if he is, you don't take him off. Because as soon as he came off, boom, there you go. Defence kind of made a kerfuffle, and Brighton scored. I couldn't even say Bamford had a bad game for him to be subbed off. Bamford didn't get to do anything. There was no service to him. So I don't understand the thinking behind taking Bamford off to bring Rodrigo on. I'd have sooner took Click off and brought Rodrigo on. You know? And then I would have maybe took maybe I took Harrison off to bring Hernandez on. I think Hernandez probably should have played longer. But the Bamford wasn't getting any service, so I just failed to understand Bielsa's thinking behind taking a guy off that's not getting the ball to do anything with to bring someone on that could have made a difference if he was in midfield, but put him up there where there's no service coming to him.
Yeah, I agree. I completely understand your point there, and you know, it was a very weird game. Really, it wasn't really the Leeds United that we know. Hello to Affers32 on YouTube. He says hello, Eduardo. Go make sure you subscribe to him. Great FIFA channel. He says don't think you've got the squad depth just yet for Europe. Yep. Another season, then challenger. Absolutely, completely agree with you there, Tom. But no, we certainly missed those players there. And, you know, you mentioned Rodrigo came on. It's great to see him back, but he didn't really offer anything. And I mean, I can't really remember us creating any chances today, which, it was so poor. And as I say,
there was that time Brighton almost scored an OG, which was good. I think that was our best chance of the match.
Yeah. And Dallas had a decent effort as well.
Oh, yeah, just outside the box. Again, Dallas was doing the work of about 3 or 4 players again today, you know, and Dallas is getting on in the years. Like, he's 30 now. You know, he's no spring chicken of a 29-year-old anymore, you know. It's just one of those matches. I think if this had happened earlier on in the season, would have been up in arms, would have been a bit angry and things, you know, about the match. Alioski, silly. Challenge.
Taking Welbeck down with his arms. He's like he's playing rugby. I mean, what was he thinking?
I think that was Alioski's problem, is he wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
You know,
and there's so many moments of, you know, like that from him as well.
Yeah, and it's weird because it comes fresh off a week where so many people on Twitter were sharing things and saying, you know, don't let him leave, offer him another contract. And then after that today, you're going, no, it's okay. If he wants to go, let him go.
Yeah. I mean, you said last week, give him a new contract.
Tunnel, so it's okay. You know, he shouts weird things at the camera. It's fun. He's fine. Yeah. You know, give him a job as a friggin' mascot.
Yeah.
But if he's going to tackle people like that in the box,
it was silly. And then, of course, Pascal Gross scored. Putting them 1-0 up inside the first 13 minutes, which, you know, it's not great away from home, going 1-0 down inside 13 minutes. Of course, you know, Brighton second, we talked about that. Danny Welbeck, hats off to him, great finish. And yeah, that's Leeds United's unbeaten run come to an end. That was it was fun going 6 unbeaten, but I mean, it wasn't fun today, was it? That was, what would you say that was our worst performance of the season?
I would say that was one of the worst. It's probably up there with the home leg against Brighton. There's just something about Brighton. We just don't play well against them.
Yep,
and then when I was hearing the commentary saying that we actually haven't scored on Brighton's ground, we haven't scored a goal on that ground.
Yep, no, we haven't.
It's like the 80s or something. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't know why I said we would win 4-2 in my pre-mat. I don't know.
4-2.
I had an issue, like my video, it'll be up on the channel soon. It's probably up now. But like I said, fancy us to win 4-2 today. You know what? No, just no. Say next time we're playing Brighton, I'm just going to say, look, normally I would say we can win this, but say against Brighton, it's like if we score, I'll be happy.
Yeah. I think going into the games against Brighton next season, we'll have a lot lower expectations compared to this season. But that was poor today. I mean, to lose to a team who are 17th, who haven't won in 5 games, who lost to Sheffield United last week, it was quite embarrassing, really, as from Leeds United point of view. And we do kind of need to improve, but that's the European push now over, really, isn't it?
Well, that's it. European push is pretty much done. And I say, like, this match it meant a lot more to Brighton today. Brighton winning that, they've pretty much secured themselves another year in the Premier League. So fair play to them. Well done. You beat your direct rivals. You've been able to keep Ben White captive for a whole year. He nearly scored today, and I just thought, if he scores, I'm going to smash my free Ben White mug. It was just like even now, like normally when we lose, I get quite upset and angry, and it just meh. I'd rather lose to Brighton than lose to Scum or Liver Scum or So it is what it is. We'll move on. We've got the last of the Super Six next, or the Stupid Six or Selfish Six or whatever you want to call them. The only way they were qualifying for European competition was to buy a competition. So we've got them next week. So I'm looking forward to that. Our last 3 games, I'm expecting us to win, to be honest. If we don't win them, some of those players need an absolute boot up their backside.
I mean, what was it? The last 3 games are Southampton, West Brom, and who else? Burnley away from home.
Burnley, and really, we should beat Burnley and we should beat West Brom. I would like to think we can beat Southampton, and I just don't want to get beat by Spurs, because then we've completed the feat where the Super Six, the elite, couldn't beat us on our own turf, and they think they could hold their own against Real Madrid every other week. Good luck with that there.
Yeah, I mean, if we haven't beaten against Spurs next week, then that's us unbeaten against the big 6 this season at home, which is fantastic. And the early kickoff next Saturday, which I always back the lesser team on the early kickoff. It always seems to go in the favour. But I mean, knowing Leeds as well, we'll probably go out next week and win 4-0.
Well, it wouldn't shock me. Nothing surprises me with Leeds anymore. It really doesn't. One week you can go from being unlucky not to beat the Scum, or unlucky not to beat Liver Scum, and then getting stuffed by little old Brighton, and then the next week going out and stuffing Spurs. So it could happen. We could also get absolutely back-ended, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite confident heading into next week. I mean, Spurs, they've got their eyes on the European spots. They're only a couple of points outside them, but they've recently sacked Jose Mourinho, replacing him with a 29-year-old manager in Ryan Mason. Just 1 win in 5. They play Sheffield United at home tomorrow, so they'll probably win that. But I'm quietly confident heading into that game. Well, what can you see happening next week? Give us a score prediction.
Well, if they're fighting for European places still, with 4 games left, they're only 5 points ahead of us. So we beat them next week, we've got just as good a chance of getting into Europe as they do. I don't score prediction. I always back my own team. So I'll say we can certainly win this game next week. I'm going to go right now saying that Leeds are going to beat Spurs 2-1.
2-1. I like it. I'm gonna go 4-3. An exciting 4-3, 7-goal
You're
thriller.
going all out. If Rafinha's back, I'll go 4-3. I'll join you. Go 4-3 if Rafinha's back. But no, I would just like to think at least out of our last 4 games, we can win our last 2 home games at the very least. Yeah. It would just be nice. I think fans are back in the stadium for the West Brom game. So it would be nice for West Brom fans to get a wee memento of them actually being in the Premier League one time again until they go back down and then come back up and then go back down and come back up. And that's not for us. We're like, take that. They wanted us back for good, and now we're back for good.
Hopefully we're back for good. But I mean, the season's pretty much over. As you say, we're not going to go down. We're probably not going to qualify for Europe. Just all eyes on next season, really. And that's the only thing to play for, really. Just seeing who's going to be here next season and who's not. Yeah. Just a word on the transfer window. So, of course, without Cameron Phillips, so we clearly miss him. Is it time that we get a replacement in for him?
Yeah, we really should have had one. But then the problem is, this is something that I've been sort of struggling with a few people and talking, is that if we go out and spend money, because now we're at the point where we don't just want to spend a couple of million on a player anymore. We're at that point where we need to build. So going out and spending money on, I know a lot of people are saying like Toon Koopmeiners or Boubakary Soumare. These are players that are going to be wanting to start. These are players that don't want to sit on the bench. So I can't see us signing these guys because I just don't see how they're willing to come to Leeds and sit on the bench. Then you look at how Alfie McCalman's been playing at Oldham. They're going, right, you know what? Boom, there you go. There's a guy that looks like he's almost ready to step up and fill in if needs be. Robin Koch today looked comfortable in that Calvin Phillips role, but it was just everything else just didn't fit. Defensively, I would say I'm happy with us defensively. If the rumours and the talk about Romain Perraud from back as far as January are to be believed, well then he's pretty much a done deal and he's coming in as the new left back. But then you've got Leif Davis as well, who is certainly, in my opinion, I think he's ready to be, someone that can just step in and play. I keep saying this, but there's a lot of our questions can be answered by looking at the under-23s. We keep thinking, well, we need more backup for Bamford. You've got Gelhardt and Sam Greenwood there in the under-23s.
And Rodrigo.
Oh, and Rodrigo as well. Look, I prefer Rodrigo in that kind of 10 role, in that attacking midfield type role, and he seems to do better there, I think. But again, do we want to spend big again on another player that doesn't make the impact the first season? Because a lot of our players we sign don't make the impact in their first season. It took Paddy Bamford a good 2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, Rodrigo's not had much of an impact either.
No, and I think that, what it is? I think the problem a lot of our fan base have with Rodrigo is the fact that he is our record signing and he hasn't kind of done much this season.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's for a lack of trying. He's in and out of injury and stuff,
Yeah.
And I think it's a big ask for these players to come and adapt to the way Bielsa trains, the way he has us playing. You even see Robin Koch there on his second day of training. He's doing murder ball. His exact reaction to Paddy Bamford was, "What the fuck am I doing?" So pardon my French. I think our transfer window is going to be done quickly, and I don't see us signing any. Obviously, I don't see us signing any big names. But we'll be surprised. None of us heard of Rafinha before he came, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even as far back in the day, nobody knew who Tony Yeboah was or Lucas Radaby or anything. we'll not know who these players are until they come and we see them play and think, oh my goodness, I see now why we signed him. Time will tell. Time will tell. I definitely want to see. There's one player I really want to see us sign, and that is Rodrigo de Paul. For me, that's my one that I'm going, yes, because there's been that much buzz and talk about him. And then whenever that leak of our third kit next year came out, and then he's posting on Instagram saying I would look good in lilac, you're going, has he signed? Has he signed and we just haven't said anything? You know, so it's wee things like that. I just, you know what, just do it. Just sign. Yeah. Just tell us it's a done deal. Yeah. But yeah, I could see all our business being done really early to get them in and get them trained up so that they're ready to go, hit the ground running from the start of the season. None of these last minute deals. I think a lot of our work's already been done.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be early, and you know, for me, DePaul, Perud, I think that would be squad complete really, and that would be our summer window. But time will tell. Certainly looking forward to that. But 4 games left of the season. Leeds United 2-0 loss away at Brighton today, disappointingly, but hopefully we can bounce back next week against Spurs. But we'll wrap it up there. Scotty, thank you very much for joining me. Where can people find you?
Backyard TV or Crime Watch. But usually Crime Watch at the minute, or not Crime Watch, Backyard TV. Crime Watch social distance at the moment. The police aren't allowed within 5 yards of me. But just Backyard TV on YouTube or Scotty Wilson 40 on Twitter. I'm quite active there. I am not partaking in the social media blackout myself, simply because I don't think it will achieve anything. But there we go. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're in full support of the social media blackout. But, I mean, people like me staying quiet is probably not going to make a difference. So yeah, I'm not really following it. But,
staying quiet's not a nice style unless the wife says, "Scott, shut up." Isn't that right, honey? Oh no.
I can certainly back that up. But no, make sure to go follow Scott on social media. All the links are in the video description. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you to everyone who's joined. Make sure to give the video a like, share, subscribe, follow, and leave your comments in as well. That'd be very much appreciated. But until next time, take care and cheerio.